promised everyone a breakdown of my day today. The charts were pretty clean, you guys, today. There was a lot of opportunity, you guys, in London and New York for buys to fill this gap. And that was my sentiment. But I also, again, I flow with price and I take buys and I take sells inside of supply and demand mitigation zones. And so I'm just going to be breaking down, you guys, exactly what I saw today. Two zones of interest. I got on the charts around this time right here, okay, around this candle, actually around here, 6:30. I was looking at the charts and I start seeing this high here, as well as I start seeing this resistance plus order block right here. So this here is supply. These three candles, that's supply. So I'm just going to put the markups back on my chart, you guys. So I start seeing these resistance and supply zones. Now, obviously, you can mark the entire zone however you guys want to do it. If you want to mark that entire OB, that would be that area. I just mark the area that acted as supply at the bottom. And then I have my buy zone down here. And then inside of this price action, guys, we're going to dive into what did I start seeing, okay? So we're going to put this in replay mode to back where I got on the charts. Okay, and we're going to go to the 30-second time frame. Okay, so I start seeing price scaling up like this. Now, I was not ready for just jumping into the market. I wanted to see what price was going to do. Now, we start seeing over here, guys, to the left, we have a fair value gap, okay? Inside of this zone, I'm interested, obviously, the extreme up there, okay? So what ended up happening as I saw price starting to come in here is as we start getting to the fair value gap, guys, price is doing what's called distributing, okay? So it's starting to now give us signs of something is about to happen. So we have a chalk here, and I was not interested yet in taking a trade. And why? Why was I not interested in taking a trade yet, guys? Because let's go to the 15-minute here. All right, I'm going to remove some of these lines. We'll draw them later. So, why was I not interested, you guys, in taking a trade yet? What have I told you guys about the wicks, okay? These wicks, there's nothing interesting yet about this 15-minute candle to tell me that I should be taking some sort of trade, okay? So I need to see some sort of chalk or liquidity take, right? Like where a low gets taken from a wick or something inside of price action that we can start looking for potential buys, sells, etc., right? So in this case here, this wick took out this low, price went up, boom, we can look for now buys inside of that price action, okay? So we want to flow with price. We don't want to just randomly jump into trades here, okay? So in my instance here, these equal highs I felt would get something would happen with this and that we would not get a successful trade. And so what did I see next, okay? Price came up, it cleared out this low, and it failed to close above this area. Right now, this is again acting as our order block on the higher time frame. For me, you guys, these two areas, these are rally-based rallies, but they're now flip zone order blocks in the opposite direction. These are areas that price can reverse from due to the fact that they're flip zones. Okay, these were demand. They are now what? Probably supply. So on the 15-minute time frame, once I saw this rejection, I was interested again. What? In price coming back up to go down. That's the whole point. It needs to mitigate all of this move that just tanked and closed below this 15-minute low. Okay, this is just raw price action, guys. This is knowledge of understanding highs and lows, open and closes of candlesticks. Okay, so inside of this price action, let's just take this off here just to clean this up a bit. Okay, so inside of this price action, I was interested in getting involved because why? This area here was your 15-minute failure to close above this. If it closed above this and sat there, then I'd probably look for some sort of buy or a buy off here. However, it failed to close, and this area here is your drop base drop with a fair value gap that was responsible for now taking out demand. So this is a 15-minute chalk, or sorry, 15-second chalk. So price went up, cleared out this rally-based rally that should have done something like this. Definitely, since this is also a flip zone, and it failed to do that. So I felt like this area was protected. Now, I got into this trade slightly early. Based on my broker, it looks slightly different, but I got into this trade, I would still say by a candlestick early. So price ended up coming into it, tapping into this drop-based drop, and then again giving us another chalk, which you could have entered too. But I was already in this trade, and again, what am I looking for? I'm looking to take it back down into the area that sponsored this move, right? So this is your, let's go to the 15-minute. This is your rally-based rally that sponsored that move to make this, and now we're looking to sell back down to it. That's what I tell you guys every single day. And so that was the trade, and I didn't feel like I actually let this run quite a bit. And then I ended up taking partials right here, right there. And then the idea was to let this run for the rest, but it ended up going as far as here, and then it reversed. Now, I could have taken a buy, but I didn't get a nice tap in. There was nothing that came back. So price just kind of took off. Now it did trade into the flip here, but my morning is starting at this point with conference calls and stuff at work. So I didn't get involved in this. I couldn't concentrate. But for people that want to understand what I mean about the flip, okay, this is your demand right here, right? This area should go higher. This area here, we had our sell to buy. So this area here can act as your flip. You could put your stop loss below there, and then you could run that high again. And that would have been another nice trade. And then price end up distributing again, and then it goes lower. So right here, again, we could have taken another sell. That would have been another nice sell. And we are just waiting for price right here to, again, it failed to close above this low. So this chalk here could have got into it, but again, I wasn't, this is literally, I have a conference call in the morning, every morning for a complete hour. So from 7:30 to 8:30, so I didn't get this, I didn't see this trade. And what are we doing though, guys? We're flowing with price. So price failed to close. Now, right there is your wick taken. So you could be looking for, again, what? Sells off your extreme with your wicks failing to break. So in this instance, this was your retracement and the wick low of your 15-minute chalk. Okay, so there's your completed chalk on the 15-minute, right? So this could have been another valid area to short from on this drop base drop. Okay, guys, we're always looking for our drop base drop order blocks. Okay, drop base drop order blocks that we can now look to, take down into some lows, right? So that would have been another. That's a 1 to 13 hour trade. If you were trading again like I do on the 30-second, that would have been another nice trade. Now, what am I starting to see again, guys? We have down here this area that broke all of this structure, okay? So this is your sell to buy. So this is your rally-based rally again on even the lower time frame, the 5-second right there. Price starts distributing. And we also have our fair value gap down here. So when I start seeing price, now I got into this late again. So for people that don't know, I am a software developer. I have to do a lot of things during the day. So I can't be staring at my charts every single hour, every single second. But this area was an area of interest for me to take buys back up because, again, where are we at in price, you guys? Where are we at in price? We are starting to now come into our... So this, again, is our area that took out this low and then rallied higher. So I'm definitely looking for some sort of what? Like most likely we're going to get a retracement back up into what? This buy to sell. And there's more than enough pips here, you guys, inside this zone. That's 20 pips for me to get a really nice 1 to 5, 1 to 10 RR trade, which is what we ended up getting. So what do we have here? Okay. Let's step through price. So the area that I could have got into, guys, is coming up right here. So this sell was nice. This sell from all the way up there would have been beautiful. But we took out this low, and now what do we start getting, you guys? We're starting to distribute and create higher highs. So this trade here would have been perfect to get right here. I was not at my charts, so 3 pip stop loss to cover that low. And then again, you can like run the high. That would have been your 1 to 10 from there. Okay, so let's just watch how price goes. And we're starting to monitor price, guys, in these areas of supply. Remember, these are drop-based drops, so these are areas of supply on different time frames. So let's go back to 3 minute, right? So drop-based drop. These are areas of supply that should reverse price, right? If price is doing this, that should keep distributing down. It didn't. It's breaking these structures. So what do I believe price is going to do? Well, I believe it's probably going to come up, fill the fair value gap, and there's a fair value gap with an OB above there. So these are my targets, guys. This is all we're doing, is just understanding that we took liquidity, we're distributing, prices started to change its order flow. Where is it probably going, right? So in this case here, I missed this nice sell here. So guys, price is going up. It's respecting demand. Again, when you're flowing with price, you guys, price makes a high. This is its pullback, so price can go anywhere in this range, right? So yes, we got a chalk off here and we can actually sell, but we need to understand when we're selling where we're looking at in terms of our POIs. So for me, because we're so low in this leg, and this is discount for this leg of price, right? This leg of price, I would expect something like that, right? We expect price to do something like this, okay? Because typically, again, inside of premium price, we're going to have some sort of now distribution to go lower, and in here we had accumulation to go higher, okay? We're just reading price action. So as this starts playing along, you guys, this is where I get into here. Now I got in a little late. I'm trying to manage trading as well as actually do my work. So I've got like 3 screens here, guys. Typically I have one off to the side and I'm working. I'll just take a peek, and that's kind of how I'm managing my trades and understanding where I'm at in price. So what happened here, you guys, is that again, price came up and then we're breaking our supply. And I felt like with this distribution, we broke structure, here. We did not create a new low here. So I felt like this was going to do something like that. And I felt like this flip zone would hold, okay? So again, sometimes these don't hold. Sometimes it comes down to the extreme. But I've been doing this long enough that I'm willing to try these trades. And this one ended up working out really nicely. And this one ends up hitting target. Now, I partialed out, where was it? Just above here, right there. So I partialed out, guys, 80% of my trade right here, and then I just let this run and hoping that it would go this way. It did not. It ended up coming back down for this zone here, okay? So that's fine. We made some money. But I still believed that price, guys, would, and again, I could have taken this sell. I was very biased, guys, on the buys because we have a ton of orders up here that were left unmitigated. So I wasn't thinking sell here. But again, what do you have? A nice chalk. Absolute good sell could have been made again with this drop base drop that broke all of this liquidity, you guys. Like these areas, you guys, it sounds crazy, but these areas, they do stuff like that. And if you're inside of this area that took out all this low and you get a chalk, like that absolutely can be a sell. But I was looking at, again, these are not sells, guys, to like the moon, but you take a sell like this with your stop above there and you want to run this low, like that's 1 to 7. Like these are good solid trades on the 15-second, guys. With the strategy that I am trying to teach you guys, taking these institutional candles, and we're trading, guys, lower time frame OBs with higher time frame POIs. Okay, so each one of these drop base drops, that's an OB, right? That is an institutional candle that is responsible for these lows. Okay, so inside of this price action, we start to come down, and right here we start breaking these highs. Again, we tapped into this area, guys, that made our low with made our high. So I felt like this was going to do something like this. Okay, that's what we're feeling to get into what? This area that I saw did not have any mitigation and it had a massive move. So we have a lot of imbalance to fill here in this price action. So here we go. Price ends up giving us a nice chalk again with the low. Okay, low, high. I'm good with that. We're gonna ride this up. Boom. Takes me out. That's okay. Sometimes that happens. But what ended up happening next, you guys, is that price ended up, I was a little early, but price ended up, boom, doing that. And to me, that was interesting that we just got taken out. It took out this low here, but it failed to break this low, you guys. Okay, so we failed to break this low, and now we make high. So this again is interesting to me, and again, this is where I wanted to take the trade, and this is, I think, what I posted in the group. This was where I wanted to take the trade, but I actually ended up getting in late, so I apologize. I posted the wrong image in the group. But that is where I wanted to get into the trade, because that to me was the catalyst. This again is your drop base rally, okay? And this area then was responsible for the chalk, okay? And that's where I wanted to get in. Now, right around here, we had multiple entries. But right around here, okay, we took out this, okay? This low held, and we took out this high again. And again, we do have this flip zone, guys, that's running right in line with my screen here. Let's just mark this. Okay, and so for me, this was enough for me to see if price would at least get up to here. Okay, because this trade here, okay, is 1 to 3. And that's enough to make some money on, especially if you're risking 1%, which I was. And this ended up going, okay, so I took 60% off right here, okay, and then I let the rest run, and then we ended up hitting targets, and that was really nice. So in total, I made this one was closer to a 1 to 6 based on the partial here. Now, again, where am I at, guys, in price? Price goes a little higher, boom. And right here was my unmitigated area, okay? And we create a dramatic order flow shift, boom, okay? So this area now is definitely of interest to me. I wanted to confirm this area, and I wanted to see this reject. Okay, and it did reject. So now I'm interested in this area here being something that looks like that. So again, I didn't get onto the extreme here. I got in on the next rejection again. What am I looking for, guys? These are so tiny. I mean, it's the 15-second, but we have a drop, base drop. And on the 5-second, This is your drop base drop that price is now going to reject from. Okay, that's what happens. And I'm teaching you guys all this stuff so that you guys can go and back test this for yourself, and you can start to take these trades. Now, I ended up closing quite a bit right around here. We're getting very, very late into the session, and I tell you guys, I do not, so I actually closed pretty much perfect timing. When price came back up into this zone here, it's 12 o'clock. I don't like trading as it's getting close to market session changeover. So I actually took off, I believe it was close to 80, no it wasn't. I think it was 70% here. And then I just let it run. Now, price has not come up higher than this, okay? So when I looked at price, let's go back to the higher time frame, guys. When price rejected here off this OB, okay, and it created this low, I was more interested in selling because I believe this was a retracement into what? This buy to sell. So this is my institutional OB. Now people might ask me, what do you mean OB? I mean, you could say this massive candle is an OB, but also what do we have, guys? Right? Okay. Sell or drop, base drop, right? Order block. Okay. This was your last up candle before our break of structure. This is my OB zone. So I felt like price was not going to come above that high. Okay. So at the end of the day, price okay, remember, we're putting our stop losses, so we have, okay, we have 3 pips, or 0.3 pips covered, okay, and price has now proceeded to melt. Now, coming into Asian session here, let's take off replay mode. So we are currently here. So what I am looking at now currently, we've just taken this liquidity out, and where are we at on the 15-minute candle? So we do have demand here. Do I believe that price, I'm not going to be trading Asian session, but do I believe price can come up here and do something like that? Absolutely. So these would be valid areas to potentially buy to sell. Let's just see what else we have on the 1 hour. There is some fair value gap here, so price could do something like that. But that is every single trade that I took today. I will share my P&L with the group. It'll be up on the screen here in a second. And that is how I trade every single day, you guys. Well, I'm in this price action, okay? Well, I'm in this price action, you guys. I'm actively drawing these things out. I'm looking and I'm recalling and I'm remembering where we are. Like, where's the higher time frame, right? Higher time frame, I'm looking at something like this, right? Lower time frame is doing these things, and we're breaking structure. Boom, nice. Breaking structure, failed to break that structure, get a chalk, that would have been an absolute perfect sell, and now you're just banking. So we're flowing, guys, with the price, and we are taking our lower time frame, at least I'm taking my lower time frame POI order blocks, institutional candles, drop based drop, rally based rallies, looking for distribution, right? This is your drop based drop, boom, we get a chalk, we can absolutely sell from there. And again, accumulation, chalk, we can buy from here. So this is all we're doing when we're talking about understanding price action, okay? We are just flowing with price because price is telling us a story. It's each one of these candles is telling us a story, and I'm trying to teach you guys how to do this and how to learn from this because this is the exact same structure, guys, as the 4 hour. It's the exact same thing, right? All of these drop-based drops, boom, sell. Fair value gap, wick above, close, boom, sell, right? Every single thing that I am doing on the lower time frames is exactly the same on the upper time frame. I just don't like waiting 2-3 days for my trades to come up, right? The reality is like that took 7 days for price to come up into here for you to sell. Now, can you be buying? Absolutely. But for people that are trading constantly and waiting for the extremes, I just don't. That's just not how I operate. That's not how I trade. And that's fine if you guys want to wait longer. But using the 1 hour POIs, guys, is the exact same thing. Like, look at this. Drop, base, drop. Price came into it. Boom, tanked. And now, obviously, this is a weekend gap. But this news, yes, Ukraine, but this price action would have most likely done that anyway. The reality is we were in a downtrend. We came up to fill this. We tapped into our order block, and most likely we were going to fall. Would we have fallen that instantly all day? No. Probably would have done something like this. But the concept of institutional candles, rally-based rallies, distribution, fair value gaps, it happens on every single time frame, you guys. And we can start to understand how these POIs, like this sell to buy, is a rally-based rally, you guys, on the lower time frames. So let's go to the lower time frames. There's your rally-based rally. If we go to the 30-minute, there's your rally-based rally. These are order blocks. These are institutional candles that are responsible for liquidity structure breaking, and we use these as our POIs on a daily basis. I just like to use these as POIs, you guys, on my lower time frame, 15-second, and they act the exact same way, right? Drop, base, drop, boom, price tanks, and we have really, really nice sells. What do we have here? Drop, base, drop, and we have really nice sells. Everything is fractal. I just like to do it on the lower time frames because the RRs are absolutely insane. Today's RRs, this was a 1 to 7. We partialed out, so that was about a 1 to 5. This one here, oh, I didn't take that trade. This one was a 1 to 4. I rode this all the way up to the top. This was a loss, so 1R down, so that's, this was 10R, and this one ended up being a total of 6R after partials. So, you know, it was almost 15R today, guys. Oh, including this one. So, almost 20R actually on the day for my session today. And we can do this every single day. So, I'll keep sending you guys videos. I'll keep doing the education. The reality is we're trading order blocks. We're trading institutional candles. And let's get you guys profitable. Have a good day.